Well, most of us have spent years complaining about La Niña and rejoiced when we heard it was over and those hot summer days were back. But there's always two sides to a story, and Mother Nature never sticks to the script.
Even when your family's been farming for almost 90 years.
The flood was the biggest flood I'd ever seen in my life.
The tough times still hurt.
Yeah, to get a call to say all the banks were broken. Sorry. It was pretty much devastating.
Scott's 78. He still works for his son Murray, who's taken over the livestock and crop farm in the New South Wales Central West.
Farming's in our blood, and I just still like coming out every day and doing, just seeing how things are going.
There is one boss for all our farmers, and that's the weather. It dictates the good seasons and the bad ones too. La Niña has ended, and it's about to send these farms, which were underwater just a few months ago, back into drought. During the flood, will we be underwater where we're standing right now?
Yeah, just here, it would be about up to my waist and flowing. This bit flows pretty quick. And then when it come down to fighting your own battle, you felt isolated, I suppose, because you were just totally focused on your own battles.
This man-made levee bank, metres from his home, is the only thing that saved them from losing everything.
We spent the next 2 days after we secured this bank airlifting stock out from another part of the property that were trapped.
At one end of the property, an earth mover is still cleaning debris. At the other, Murray and his dad are drought feeding sheep.
That's farming in Australia. Like, it's a diverse climate. Very rarely things go to plan.
First thing you look at in the morning when you get up is what the day is going to be, so you can sort of plan, because your whole business revolves around the weather.
We first met Gary during the mice plague 2 years ago.
One pair of mice can actually produce about 500 in a year.
His farm near Dubbo also flooded late last year. Then just a few weeks ago, a freak hailstorm wiped out more than $150,000 in crops.
Down it came, and really heavy rain, and then big hailstones. And about an hour later, because this was all green, and I walked out after the storm and she was this colour.
When you come out and you see that, do you just go, oh, not again?
Well, I certainly wasn't impressed, I can assure you.
What do you do with this now?
Oh, we're preparing this now for the wheat crop in the winter.
Gary says while the bare paddock looks dry, under the surface, there's hope. So not all is lost?
No, far from it, because when you go down into here, there's a lot of moisture. And so, as you can see there, so that, you can feel it in the actual soil. So that's the moisture to grow this year's winter crop, which is going to be wheat.
Okay.
And so...
and will the weather be favourable for that?
Who knows? We hope so.
We have a very volatile and variable weather pattern across this country as well. So we can see very wet years, very dry years. It's very tough on the land sometimes for our farmers out there.
Meteorologist Dean Narramore explains the damage caused by a La Niña weather event.
Basically, it's describing exactly where the hottest water in the Pacific Ocean lies. So that pushes that warm water into the western parts of the Pacific, particularly to the north and east of Australia. So that warm sea surface temperatures is leading to more rain and thunderstorm activity.
We're now on El Niño watch.
When we do go into El Niño, that is when the warmest water is off the South American coast, and we actually have colder than average sea surface temperatures off our coast, which normally leads to less rainfall and less moisture.
Gary, can you cop another drought?
Have to one day. It'll happen. It's all a matter of when. Roll up the sleeves, go again, and that's the nature of what farming is.
He's right, isn't he? You have to admire the grit of our farmers.